Can I talk to you guys about a tragedy I've just recently experienced?
That's all Joanne likes.
Please.
Because you've got a lot of tchotchkes and dolls and things on in your workstations.
Precious possessions. Yes, thank
Yes.
you.
So as an adult man, I have some Batman dolls that
Okay.
are vintage, so that makes them okay, right?
Sure,
I have-
sure.
yeah.
So
Yes.
I've got Robin.
Oh my God.
Wow.
We're making Bill's morning.
Wow,
and
wow,
I've got,
wow.
the Cesar Romero Joker.
How are they in such good shape?
I'm sorry. Why did
Well,
you have them ready to
hold
go?
the phone on the how are they in such good shape? Because my dog discovered this collection,
Oh, no.
and now I'd like to
Oh,
show
no.
you Batman.
Oh, no. Oh, I want that dog euthanized slowly.
Wow.
That's the only
Adam
way they
West.
learn.
Adam West.
Oh, no.
There he is.
Oh, that is fucking heartbreaking.
I don't know. I think you can
Don't even.
Maybe
Don't patronize
glue
him.
gun and some
Here's
tape.
here's his crotch if you wanna look.
Hey, this is a family show, guys. Blur that. Blur it.
Wow.
Actually, it already looks blurred.
Leg.
Oh, no.
So
Well, how did you react? Because you don't strike me as a very aggressive punisher as a dog owner. Like, dude, don't do that. Like, not really caring enough. But I feel like this is probably the angriest you've ever been. I would assume.
it was a Simpsons like just turning like boiling red. But then I'm like, should I have dolls? Is this a good thing in my life?
Yes.
For a
Let
sec,
him eat them all.
that's the thing. You had me, and now you just lost me because for a second you were making me look like a normal adult with Joanne, and now that you're having this out of body experience, she's going to use that part of the story rather than the rest that I like that you had dolls. And by the way, can we please call them action figures?
No, I'm specifically calling them dolls
Yeah.
because that's what they are.
Now, Dan, are all of the doll's limbs accounted for? Because Puppy may have a little poopy, and you might be in for a surprise.
Batman's fist of vengeance might come out. Well, there's one mitten here, but there is one missing, so I think you might be onto something.
Yeah.
That is absolutely one that's going to come. The good news is they always come out looking the exact same way.
Yeah, that's
So just fish her out, you'll be all good.
So yeah, if anyone wants a dog, mine is up for adoption. Or
You're the real hero for the fact that dog's still alive. I have to say, the patience for that right there.
damn it.
My fucking roommate, my delightful roommate, has a dog, and I do like this dog. It's cruel and unusual punishment because this dog is way too big for the cell that is my one bedroom. But I'll tell you, rookie mistake, Mr. Bova. The first thing I did was action figures. I put all my beloved action figures, unfortunately, in a drawer because I knew exactly how that action figure movie was going to end with her. And you had it somewhere where that dog could get to it. So
I had it on display. I was not paying attention. I think my wife may have actually rubbed some like meatloaf on it to encourage the dog to eat.
this is so a fragile Christmas story moment. I don't even know where to begin.
Watering my plants.
So sorry to hear your dollies got ruined.
I was gonna say it shows you how well I'm doing with the ladies that all mine are perfectly intact. No, I've not been dating someone long enough for them to conspire to destroy my Boba Fett.
Joanne, what's your equivalent of our stupid dolls?
Oh my God, if a dog knocked over my wine rack,
See, that's an adult thing.
that would be a dead dog.
Well, wait, does Douglas have anything that he collects that you find objectionable? I mean, I liked his guitars. I saw one time you were doing something. Well, you sent us a video.
Yeah.
And he had guitars in the background, but that's kind of cool. Like, does he have anything dorky?
Dorky? No. He does have, yeah, we all just have adult. We have adult.
Okay.
He
All right, you're
has
great.
watches. And he has shoes that he leaves everywhere. I wouldn't mind if a dog ate some of his shoes.
Putting meat sauce on
He
the
has
dog.
watches. What a nerd.
I was going to say, ugh. Probably expensive and classy. Whatever. I'll just be happy when you get that fucking Batman glove back through your dog's rectum. Just be able to sleep at night.
I haven't been on Twitter in quite a while, but if he does in fact poop out the glove, I will put that on social media.
Please CC me that. And by the way, he absolutely will if you can't find it. I love that. That is a very specific age of action figure, by the way. Joe's going to love that we're still talking about this. But they all, even if their costume didn't have gloves, they still gave them gloves because it was just something I think they could make on the cheap. But they all look like oven mitts.
Yes.
Yeah.
They all were just these weird, they were as cheap as they could possibly be made. Oven made things. Batman could get nothing done with those gloves. I'll tell you that right now, except for make a nice souffle.
What do you think it was about Batman that your dog wanted to destroy? Because the others are intact. So what did Batman do to him?
I think Batman was onto him. And knew the. No, I think he knows my ridiculous love of Batman, and so he wanted to destroy what I loved.
Well, I do have to ask, what was Lisa's reaction? I have a feeling it might have been muted and or patronizing.
It wasn't on the same level as mine. It's like, I think she said, "Oh,"
Nice.
and that was it.
Well, I remember when I was helping my parents move, because I'm an amazing son, I wanted to add that part, from Illinois. And, she's like, go down and get all the action figures because otherwise they're going to the dump. But in going through all the boxes, it's amazing how you look the other way as a kid. I was going through every single Star Wars figure, save a few that I now have. Their arm was chewed off by my dog. Part of their head was chewed off by my dog. One had one leg, but we just kept playing with them. I don't know what, we had Pepperhead, I don't even think we would get mad anymore. Yep, that's just a thing that happens. I mean, it's only a matter of time before Pepper gets an arm, and we just still had them. All of them were mutilated. It was horrifying.
And you kept the dog. Crazy.
Oh, yeah, we did keep the dog. I'm sure she died with a bunch of arms in her. But
Joanne, did you cut off Barbie doll's hair?
I didn't have.
Once or twice. I think it is a rite of passage as a young girl. Because especially if you were the girl who did not cut her own hair. You were like, well, I'm going to cut this doll's hair. Cutting has to happen, so it's one or the other.
I just picture you doing all sorts of weird Tim Burton type stuff to your Barbies. They've all just got half melted heads and they're on spikes and stuff like that.
No, I just got bored very easily. That's what I remember. I was like, this is all they do. I just get to change their clothes and that's it.
Yes.
The imagination part never came into play for me.
Well, getting back to you wanting to put your dog's glove-infused poop on Twitter, that's the only way I can do this seg. You guys, the uproar.
King of segues.
Thank you. Look, they're better than Joe's. Not saying much, but they're better than Joe's. The uproar over Elon Musk's reign of terror on Twitter, guys, is at a fever pitch. Particularly, at least as far as TMZ is concerned, with both Steve Martin and Charlie Sheen. The thing of it is Elon Musk, man of the people, has been giving back to those who bitch enough their blue check marks if they're famous enough. So Charlie Sheen at first was bitching and moaning about his lost blue mark. And then, of course, the update is that Charlie just tweeted, "Oh my, it's like Christmas and my birthday all at once. Elon Musk, I'm flushed with gratitude. Rockstar move, good sir." Yes, giving Charlie Sheen things he doesn't deserve. Good for you, Elon. Way to read the room. After Charlie's very public gripe, which also seems to have been in jest, the dude now has familiar verified signage we're all familiar with. Now, whether he actually subscribed to Twitter Blue is anyone's guess. An hour ago, Elon tweeted back to him, "Checkmate." Again, helping Charlie Sheen? That's what you're doing? It's possible Elon added Charlie to his list of comp checks for celebs just to make a point. But in any case, we all know who we're seeing with CS's profile. Welcome back. Steve Martin and Charlie Sheen are but a couple of handful of celebs who seem to really want their blue check marks back. Steve, who may or may not be joking here, I'm assuming he is joking, wrote, "I no longer have a blue check mark, but I would appreciate it if I would appreciate it if told me that you still see it. I really need this. I think he was kidding. He's getting a lot of responses from fans who say he's still blue check marked in their book. Of course, all of a sudden Steve got his back, and others who are let's see, the other A-listers who still have their checks and presumably are paying $8 a month. Others are saying it's now the most uncool thing ever.
Yeah.
Is Taylor Swift, Schwarzenegger, LL Cool J, Khloe Kardashian, John Cena, Soulja Boy, Ellen DeGeneres, Rihanna, Miley Cyrus. List goes on. What do we think? Blue check mark. Has he ruined the blue check mark? Is it not even cool anymore?
It's not cool.
I don't think it is.
I mean, it never was, right? I guess people wanted it. I'm one of those people who had it stripped away from me. I don't know why I had one, because I did not have a very big following to begin with. I think there was a moment in time where if you like worked at a website or something, you kind of like got one very easily.
Yes.
But it was taken away from me, and now I'm devastated. But looking at that picture of Steve Martin, I think that he and I might have had the same mother, because I mean the resemblance is striking. Like, put some glasses on me, like shit.
Or you're at least
you're not kidding.
at least second cousins.
I wish I had some glasses, but like,
Wow.
Pull out your banjo.
Wow.
Look, that's pretty. I'm gonna tell you, that's uncanny.
I do see it. I do see it.
Although you do look like him in a wind tunnel, by the way you're posing. That is kind of uncanny.
I'm a wild and crazy guy.
Less wild or crazy because you don't have the blue check mark. Well, I beat the system, and I hesitate to tell you guys what I did.
We all saw it, Bill.
Well, I don't know if you look at my Twitter. I just I changed my profile to a blue check mark, and unless you're really looking at it, you just assume I got a blue check mark.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You
We
do.
see some desperate
Wow.
guy who put a blue check mark as his
That's-
picture.
No, it would
That
be
is
desperate if I
brilliant.
paid for the blue check mark. That's what I say. There you go. I think that looks real. I think that
Wow.
looks very real.
You couldn't even fill in the entire blue?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just the people, they see the check mark.
They're going to think you're the account they should go to if they want the blue check mark back.
Well, that's followers, is it not?
That's Bill, I gotta say, that's pretty brilliant.
No, don't give it to
Yes,
me.
give it to me. See, you just thought because you're wearing a blue sweater, people are going to think that you're verified. It doesn't work that way, you idiot.
Bobby.
Did you guys see the passive-aggressive things he's been doing, though, Elon? Like, Stephen King was vocal and adamant that he would not pay for Elon's Twitter, so he gave him a blue check mark so it looks like he's paying for Twitter.
Oh, that's
like, he
kinda
picked a number of
funny.
people who were vocally, I'm not going to do it, and made it look like they are.
But see, or are they playing more chess to Elon Musk's stupid checkers? I maintain he's not as smart as we all think he is, where they were doing all of that so that Elon would do that. They got it both ways. They're cool because they didn't pay for it, but they got their blue check mark. I say Stephen King's a smart one.
I love the notion of like thinking that Taylor Swift is deciding to like pay for something. Like she's sitting down there like typing in her credit card number into something. I mean, when's the last time she like bought something?
No, you're so right. I mean, most people who, in the first case, got the blue check marks, like you said, it's because they were working for a company whose like press department got them the blue check
Yes.
mark.
Yeah.
I got mine when I was working at Fox News Channel when someone was impersonating me and direct messaging all of my coworkers very sexual, inappropriate stuff.
How did you never tell me
And I
that?
have these male coworkers DMing me or emailing me being like, so I think someone's I hope someone's impersonating you.
That is amazing.
So then
I
I talked.
love that they were like,
Yeah.
it might be
I
you.
think. Otherwise, are we still on for Friday? But yeah, so that's I could understand why celebrities would want it sort of for that reason.
yeah, I guess.
However, it's usually pretty easy to discern who is the real celebrity and who is not. Just because if you actually just go through a few of the tweets, you can kind of learn.
You know who it's hard for, though? I mean, with the followers for sure, but I guess why do I care? Like, if I'm trying to find if it's a real athlete or not, like if it's a bench guy that I like, he may not have that many followers, but
Okay.
now I just wonder, well, this is just a fan. But then again, I'm complaining about not being able to follow a 22-year-old bull that no one's ever heard of. That is my problem right now. I'm having an out-of-body experience with my complaint here,
Yeah.
and I realize perhaps
Flat Earther spends $20,000 on a DIY experiment that accidentally proved the planet is round.
accidentally.
Yep. His name is Bob Nodal. He was in the middle of filming for a Netflix documentary titled Behind the Curve when he realized his pricey mistake. The test involved using a camera to film through 2 holes with a person standing on the other side and shining a torch back at the camera. Mr. Nodal professed that if the light can be seen with a camera, the holes in the fence and the torch all at equal differences above the ground, then he could draw a positive conclusion that the Earth is flat. In a humorous...
Can I get a Netflix documentary? What the fuck?
In a humorous and expensive turn of events, no light could be seen, causing Mr. Nodal to mutter an awkward, interesting, after the mistake. He said, what we found when we turned on that gyroscope, we found we were picking up...
That would be a gyroscope there, Mr. Science.
Is it?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Gyroscope, I think that was a nickname in Magic Mike.
Whatever. It's not anime. We found that we were picking up a drift, a 15-degree per hour drift, he said. Now, obviously, we were taken aback by that before admitting the results were kind of a problem. He then says, we obviously were not willing to accept that.
Of course not. No.
So we started looking for ways to disprove it was actually registering the motion of the Earth.
Sure.
And so other people are like, I bet he still doesn't accept this. Another person commented, it's oddly satisfying about there's something oddly satisfying about watching a simple opinion dissolve in the face of non-rigorous methods. All of this happening on Reddit, which is the best part. All of these comments noting that he keeps using mental gymnastics to claim his conspiracy theory was still correct. I'm just surprised that if Netflix is shooting this documentary, that Bob Nodal is shelling out his own $20,000.
He's got to be part of a bigger story, I would hope. And that he is just
Also,
one.
The description of that experiment is a fence with a hole in it and a guy holding a flashlight.
Yeah.
How did that cost $20,000?
Fair point.
Are you saying Bob Nodal's also prone to getting ripped off at your various Home Depots?
Bob, you got to get this fence. This is the best fence. It's going to cost you, but it's going to be worth it.
You're like me. You're like me, right? I think this Earth thing, it's flat. It's flat, right? So you got to get this fence.
I personally love flat earthers because, like, it's the most harmless conspiracy, like, ever.
That's
a great point.
No one's burning anything down. No one's invading capitals. No one's shooting anyone. It's just like, I think the Earth's flat.
But
Okay.
that's also
that's
so
true.
fascinating because to be so passionate about it is wild. Because again, there's really nothing to it. It's either flat or round, and you're like vehemently,
Yes.
gotta be flat. You know?
And this one in particular, but I think all conspiracy theories, of course, also too. There's just the narcissism. The fucking narcissism of, you know something, all the great minds in the history of... No, but I'll tell you something about this Galileo punk. I remember I used to trip up my elementary teacher with this question, but you fucking assholes. I don't know. They weren't fooled. They weren't fooled like the rest of us. Oh, I love it.
What's the flat Earth theory of, like, if you flew all the way westward, how you wouldn't fall off the edge of the planet? Like, how does that then work if it's flat?
I guess it's so flat that we have yet to go to the end of it to jump off.
Perhaps.
Or it's just the ocean. There's an ocean before. I'm sure it's an ocean thing where, there's a big waterfall at the end of it, but we just haven't sailed across the greatest expanse of the ocean. Or maybe we have, and that's why there's so many boats that are missing. Wait a second. This is all starting to make sense.
Oh, wait a minute.
Maybe it's not a Bermuda Triangle, but a Bermuda flat Earth end? And that's why we're dying in the
Well,
Bermuda
I was about to
Triangle?
say I don't know why Netflix would make a documentary about this, but now that you're going on and on, I want to learn more.
What's this guy's name again, Bob? Does he have pamphlets that I might be able
I
to...
do worry though, if I watch this documentary, I will then believe that the Earth is in fact flat.
That's why I don't
Because
want you to
Bob,
watch it.
I've got the right fence with the hole in it for you, and I've also got a Batman shoe,
And
Yeah,
if you wait 3 days, he's got 2 of them.
gently chewed.